Hey, good evening. John again, gonna play some Immaculate Grid. Played a few games yesterday with varying results, and one of them I think I mixed up the categories that I was playing with and I lost. Trying to do both the timed version and then the rarity score version. If I get a good rarity score on the timed version, so be it. If I manage to get through the good rarity score version quickly, so be it. But the point is to try to do both. I'm gonna start sharing. I guess I need to share my screen. And away we go. I'm just gonna do that. All right. Okay, no teams. No teams. All right. Oh, that's right. Go. Sorry. Now I'm going. And I'm sharing my clock here already at 5 seconds. All right. MVP Hall of Fame, Henry Aaron. Willie Mays over here. I see draft picks. Gaylord Perry. Robin Yount. Sure Raleigh Fingers was a Cy Young at some point, or a All-Star at some point, and then All-Star Rookie of the Year. Why not Fred Lynn? Phew. All right, Chipper Jones won an MVP. Uh, oh, this is gonna run down on me. Let's see. Rookie of the Year who was a first round draft pick. I think Buster Posey was a first round draft pick. And then a Cy Young Award winner who was a first round draft pick. I'll go with Kershaw, but I don't actually know. All right, I got it. Minute 20, 52 rarity score. Wastes a lot of time there, but yeah, first round draft pick is by far my worst category. There were 22 options. Garrett Cole, I guess, won it, so that made sense. Harper did win MVP and Rookie of the Year. I remember that, and I remember him being a first round draft pick. So there's no reason this should have given me any real trouble. I just have to kind of think of who try to remember my first round draft picks. But really I was doing it the other way. I was doing it of I was remembering who the MVPs were, or trying to remember some MVPs and just be like, was he a first round draft pick? Was he a first round draft pick? As Chipper Jones came to me because I used him the other day when I was stuck on the Braves. So that was a 52, which is a pretty good rarity score, actually. I mean, I guess there's so many options that these are inherently diluted. Um, but yeah, let's see here. So we stop sharing for a second. You just get to see my face, and then we'll go here. And this was grid number 14, which I went back to. And now now we'll be a little bit more methodical here. Now we'll think, who are some people who might not be well known for this thing or that thing? Um, so let's see. Hall of Fame Cy Young Award winner. Um, Bruce Sutter comes to mind just because he was a reliever and they aren't as well known for winning Cy Young awards. Don Drysdale is an early Cy Young winner. He's fairly well known. Um, who else might sneak in there? As I used Raleigh Fingers, he would also work for MVP. I used him here actually. He just sort of came to me. It's because he was a brewer. That's where he won the Cy Young award. Um, yeah, let's try out Bruce Sutter. I actually think that Fingers will be up there as well. He goes sub one though, so that's pretty good. MVP Hall of Fame. I believe Chuck Klein wins an early version of the MVP. He goes point 0.3. Rookies of the year who are in the Hall of Fame. So Mike Piazza would work. I don't think there's as many of these. Ichiro's not in yet. Pools is not in yet. But that gives you a benchmark. So that's like '01. So we can go a little bit earlier than that. Beltran's on the ballot. He won the '99 Rookie of the Year, but he's not in the Hall of Fame just yet. Jeter is in the Hall of Fame. He's a Rookie of the Year. Um, yeah, none of those other Dodgers won Rookie of the Year. Eddie Murray wins Rookie of the Year in the '70s. I believe Andre Dawson was Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I think Tony Oliva was a Rookie of the Year. But here's where I'm on some of these, I'm not 100%. Willie Mays was a Rookie of the Year. Orlando Cepeda was a Rookie of the Year. Let's do Orlando Cepeda. I was at his Hall of Fame induction ceremony, so I remember Orlando Cepeda, I think, a lot better than most fans, at least most fans my age. Um, but yeah, it's kind of a dark horse pick. He'll usually only get a couple percent when it's Giants and Rookie of the Year. So um, let me just confirm the category. Yeah, he'd also worked here though. He won an MVP, but it was with the Cardinals. 67, I think. Takes a full percent. That's all right. Okay, so almost any Rookie of the Year will have made an All-Star team, I think. That's not to say all of them, but most. So for this category, and really just all of these, you're just thinking like, who are the most obscure people to ever win these awards and be be all stars. Um, it would be because I mean, there's like one that you could step on, like a landmine you could step on. Kirk Gibson won the 1988 MVP award. Only had about 75 RBI that season. It does grade out as a pretty valuable season, but he was never an all-star. So that would be a landmine. But I think most MVPs have been, and it's just a question of trying to just identify the most obscure one. How about early MVP here, Charlie Gehringer? So that was really good. That was even almost an order of magnitude better than, I guess, a factor of six better than Chuck Klein. So these are both 1930s MVPs. Um, was this how about Jim Perry? I don't know for sure that he made an all-star team, but I'm pretty sure he goes point two. He really does look a lot like Gaylord. So that one I just know because there's only been three twins to win the Cy Young. It's come up a couple times. Johan Santana usually takes about 90%, or almost 90%, 85 to 90, Frank Viola in 1988, he usually picks up 10 and then Jim Perry picks up the rest. He won the 1970 Cy Young Award. So that's a fun fact for you. And then All-Star who won the Rookie of the Year. Here's another place you could step on landmine. Tim Salmon, one Rookie of the Year, never an All-Star, not one time in his career. Um, some other like I don't know. Ozzie Guillen won Rookie of the Year. I have no idea if he was ever an All-Star. He was like had like a 290 career on base percentage or something, but maybe. I'm not 100% on his career. And if we're thinking about some early rookies of the year, obviously Jackie Robinson will work, but I'm not going to go there. Um, we could go Willie Mays would also work, and Willie Mays was going to work up here and here as well. Obviously here, so maybe he dodges for that reason. Um, but it might be just be better off to just go with someone who's much more obscure, just because, or maybe just because if they're a Hall of Famer, they were more likely to be appear. So Willie McCovey would actually work. He won the MVP or the Rookie of the Year after Orlando Cepeda. I think 59-ish. Um, Doc Gooden would be another potential candidate. I think Daryl Strawberry works. Um, really anyone, almost anyone will work, but um, here I am gonna go with McCovey. So he goes point 0.2. Interesting that he's way less than Cepeda, but I think there's just a lot more options here, so that's why he's a factor of 5 better than Cepeda. And now we come to my least favorite category, which is first round draft picks. And I think for this one, it's more a question of let's see if I can list out some MVPs and Cy Young Award winners and be able to positively identify them as first round draft picks or not. One that comes to mind is Rob Yount. He won 2 MVPs and he was in the major leagues when he was 18. And it would just seem weird to me for the Brewers to do that if he was not a first round draft pick. Like he played less than 100 games of minor league baseball for coming up 1974 season. So that would be my thinking on that one. But actually, I don't know when the amateur draft officially begins. I might actually have that off. I might be wrong on the dates for that. That might be the where you out might not work. Um, so I know Ken Griffey Jr. will work. He was definitely first round draft pick, maybe first overall, definitely first round draft pick. We've established Chipper Jones and Bryce Harper will work. I have no idea on, let's see, Barry Bonds. Was he a first round draft pick? I would think so. No idea on Jeff Kent. No idea on Jeff Bagwell. Um, Larry Walker, not sure. Trying to stay within the realm of when the draft was. Let's see. Cy Young Award winners. I went with Kershaw on and that was successful. I think I'm just gonna end up guessing on these really. Let's try Ryan Braun. Let's see how he does. I felt pretty good about that one. Cy Young Award. Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz. I honestly don't know if any of those people were first round draft picks. Couldn't tell you. Like I would think so, at least some of them. Clemens. Um, and then maybe Doc Gooden. I'm gonna go Gooden just because he was in the majors at 19. It would just surprise me if he was not a first rounder. He works, but he takes 7%. So a lot of people had the same idea I did. I think there were like 20s, what it said before. But okay, MVP. Let's try to get an MVP here. Maybe Kevin Mitchell. That might be a pick. No idea on Terry Pendleton. Bonds, I'm pretty confident in. Bagwell, I'm not sure about. Um, Larkin? Larkin's got to be a first round draft pick. He was up really early. He takes 1%. So I end up with a rarity score of 12. So Gooden took 7. Cole took 19. That probably means, and I want to say Kershaw was up around there too. Let's see who all the people were. Yeah, Bauer, Carpenter, Clemens, Cole, Mark Davis, reliever Mark Davis, R.A. Dickey. I was never going to get R.A. Dickey. He was a late bloomer. I would never have thought of him. Greinke makes a lot of sense. He was up in the majors at 20. Like that's the best way I have without actually just memorizing these people. The best way I have is to basically say, were they up very, very young? Because if they were up very, very young, either they hit 1,000 in the minor leagues or they showed, you know, potential very, very early on. So I knew Gooden was a rookie at 19. That's why I went with him. Kershaw, I knew he was up when he was about 20. Um, Sabathia does not surprise me at all. He came up 21, 22, something like that. Verlander doesn't surprise me. I was never getting it. Welch. Zito actually does kind of surprise me. Just because Zito's kind of weird because he didn't exactly have overwhelming stuff. But I like this. Like part of this is I said this about the category 40 doubles, and I've, you know, a lot of the older categories, which it's still a lot of fun to play. That's why I go back and play them. But they're, you look at enough players' baseball reference pages and back of their baseball cards if you're that kind of guy, and which obviously I am, and you can see people who've hit 300 or won MVPs and Cy Young awards or made All-Star appearances. Um, but when it comes to things like this, it's just like, huh, I didn't really think I didn't look at 40 doubles, for example. And I don't know who all the first round draft picks are. So I have to actually reason through it instead of just having a name and a number memorized. It's a lot of fun. It means I'm more prone to errors, but as can be seen. But I got, all right, this time I'll take a 12 rarity score. I'll take a minute 20 with my weakest category. It's not bad either. So, in any event, thanks a lot for playing. I hope your Thanksgiving weekend is fun and bountiful and all that. And we'll be back at tomorrow. Peace.